train software where they basically teach how to do everything, and just to get some simulations and some settings. अगर इसमें वैसे अगर कोई डाउट वाउट नहीं है तो फिर वी कैन मूव टू फ्यूजन बेसिकली, या किसी को कुछ पूछना चाहते हैं इसके बारे में तो वी कैन डू इट. रिक्वेस्ट टू ऑल प्लीज मेंशन योर कॉलेज लोकेशंस. सब अपने अपने कॉलेज की लोकेशन आशा बोल रहे हैं, लाइक आई डोंट नो. इंस्टॉल किया गया है एंड योर कॉलेज हैज बीन प्रोवाइडेड विद द credentials, email ID and the password. तो वो भी आप किसी और आपका जो पर्सनल कंप्यूटर है, the college allows or the multiple systems that college has, you can log in and download and work in it. So basically it's getting starting with the fusion. It has a lot of things, मतलब you can't even count इसमें इतनी चीजें हैं fusion to do, but we'll start with some basics right now. इसमें आप इलेक्ट्रॉनिक डिजाइन बना सकते हैं, नॉर्मल 3D डिजाइन बना सकते हैं, एंड यू कैन इवन सिमुलेट दोज मैकेनिकल हार्डवेयर जो भी आप बनाएंगे. मतलब सपोज आप गियर बनाते हैं या आप स्क्रू बनाते हैं, तो उसको स्क्रू एंड गियर वगैरह की मूवमेंट्स को यू कैन सिमुलेट इनसाइड इट आल्सो. वो एक डिफरेंट टॉपिक है एंड दैट विल टेक अ लॉट ऑफ टाइम एंड multiple iterations and all everything. So we'll start with some basic design. This is your main layout looks like when if you open a fusion. On the top right left corner you have multiple tabs over similar over here, like solid, surface, mesh. So these are basically for different materials that you can say manufacturing right now. Okay, you have sheet metal. If you want to do something with a flat sheet, you are making an air or something like that, or you have imported any 3D design inside the Fusion 360, and that will be imported as a mesh. So when if you want to play with the mesh, you want to create into some solid, or you want to do something inside and you want to change the triangulation and everything, you can do it that also. And surfaces, basically you can say it's similar to the sheet metal. You can just multiple surfaces, if you want to combine, join and do things, you can do it. So but usually we play with the solid area, so that's where we you can say go for our 3D models and everything. So inside it first we have where we model. Suppose if I want to create a drone top plate, so it's in any plane we want. So I have entered in a sketch mode right now as I have selected. तो अभी यहाँ पर हमारे पास multiple options हैं. We have different shapes, line, square, circle and all. Rectangle में भी we have different 2 point, 3 point, center point. Circle में भी similarly. So we have different options over here. Whatever, however you want to design. So we'll go with the rectangle center point. Suppose, so this is when your mouse. You have mouse has 3 buttons. One is the right click, one is the scroll wheel, and scroll wheel also is a clickable button also, and you have the right click. So right, this thing, your left click button usually makes the different जो भी आप सेलेक्ट करते हैं, जो भी कुछ बनाना है, कुछ काम करना है, you want to select or you want to make something, usually जैसे हम पेंट में करते हैं, similar your left function works over here. Okay. Then scroll function is to you can say hold and move. If you press the scroll button, it will hold its you can say the full page, and you can revolve and move around. Okay. And left click, sorry, right click, if you do, you will have multiple options. You can say move, undo, delete, something you want to do. These things you can do. And if you want to revolve around somewhere, so you have to press and hold the shift button and press and hold the scroll wheel. Then you can only revolve around somewhere. Scroll wheel is for you can say moving an object, this full plane to somewhere. And if you want to revolve the plane, you have to press and hold the shift button, and then you have to revolve around. Okay. So we'll start with the normal top plate, and with the rectangle, center point rectangle, we'll choose. So over here, the dimensions are in mm. So if I want to make a, you can say the top plate of 30 centimeter cross 30 centimeter, I'll just type 300 mm and 300 mm. So it will make automatically a sheet of 30 centimeter, which is quite big basically. Okay, let's see. Yeah. So if you want to zoom in, zoom out, you can use the scroll wheel to zoom in, zoom out, or you can over here also there are many options to zoom in, zoom out. You can do from here also. Okay. तो अभी basically अभी हमने top plate का design बना लिया. Now the next step is to make some holes, or we can say to plan something to put on the top. Basically suppose मैं चाहता हूँ टॉप पे आर्म्स के लिए आई नीड टू मेक सम होल्स कि मेरे जो आर्म्स आएंगी वो टॉप प्लेट बॉटम प्लेट के बीच में होल्ड होंगी, तो उसके लिए मुझे होल्स चाहिए. मुझे टॉप प्लेट पे जीपीएस एंटेना होल्ड करना है, तो मुझे उसके लिए होल्स चाहिए. एंड तो उसको हम प्लान कैसे करते हैं? सपोज दिस वी हैव अ सेंटर लाइन फुली गोइंग फ्रॉम दिस एंड टू दिस एंड. विल सेलेक्ट द लाइन, विल मेक इट from one end to another end to get some reference. Okay, this is where we want to put. So जो हम यूजुअली स्क्रूज करते हैं, जो हम यूजुअली स्क्रूज यूज करते हैं हमारे टोन के अंदर, दे आर मोस्टली द M3 means the diameter is 3 mm, or the M2.5 means the diameter is 2.5, or the 2 mm. These are the basically majorly. Sometimes we also use 1 and 1.5 also, but not greater than 3, because there is not no logic in it, because 3 is you can say strong enough to hold much of the parts of the drone. Okay. So what we'll do is we'll choose the center point, the circle. We'll just make a 3 mm hole. It's a quite small one. Okay, suppose अभी मान लेते हैं मेरे को लग रहा है कि 300 क्रॉस 300 का ड्रोन जो बनेगा वो काफी बड़ा होगा. So what we can do is we can just reiterate with double click, and we can make it 20 centimeter cross 20 centimeter. I can edit it. Okay. And this circle will just delete from here. We'll make a new circle over here. 3 mm. So we have a 3 mm hole over here. One more we will do. ठीक है. अभी हमने रैंडम प्लेस पे दो होल्स, बस दो सर्कल्स लगाए हैं ताकि हम होल्स की प्लानिंग कर सके कि हमें जो आर्म के होल्स हैं होल्ड करने के लिए वो कहाँ करने हैं. तो अब हमें डिस्टेंस नहीं पता, बट फॉर पर्टिकुलर डिस्टेंस, ओके, आई वांट दिस डिस्टेंस फ्रॉम दिस पॉइंट to this point. Suppose I want 2 centimeter of distance, and in दोनों के बीच में भी I want 2 centimeter of the distance. So what I'll do is I'll choose the sketch dimension option over here. I'll click the center and the center of it. I'll just click. Then I'll press 20. It's 20 centimeter. And if I want this one also 20, either I can choose from here to the center 40, or I can choose 20. This center to this center, I can choose 20. Okay. So now I have planned my, the one side of the arm, this place. And if I want the same thing to, be done on the all four parts, what I'll do is there are many options over here, from which one is the circular pattern. In circular pattern, I'll choose the objects. I want to, I want these two circles and their center points around the 4 points of this. So means इसके 4 points के around मुझे center point के around मुझे 4 places मुझे holes चाहिए. तो I'll choose the center point from this as center point, and if I'll define I want 4 quantity. So you'll notice that it has made a pattern around this the center point, कि वो चारों जो हमारी आर्म्स हैं उनके चारों प्लेसेस पे हमारे सर्कल्स हैं, जो होल्स जहां में करने हैं वो बन गए हैं. अगर आप लोग ये इफ यू वांट टू डू इट पैरेलली, यू कैन आल्सो डू इट पैरेलली. अगर आप लोग कॉलेज में हैं एंड यू हैव सिस्टम्स इन योर like in your front. So if you want to try, you can try, or you can just note down some steps or the tools that I'm using, and uske baad you can try it in your this thing computers in the college. Sorry guys, internet was stuck somewhere. Okay, okay. So where were we? Okay, we have made the holes. So now if I want कि top plate मेरी जो है like थोड़ा heavy, so I can make some designs also on my this thing center plate पे, जैसे हमारे usually frames वगैरह पे design होती है, मुझे लगता है कि हमारी 20 by 20 centimeter जो plate होगी, it will be a big plate and it can be little heavy. So what we can do is we can make some designs on the plate to make it little hollow. Okay. अभी एक चीज एक और है यहाँ पर ऑप्शन है which is mirror option. So what it does is basically mirrors the same object on the other side of the thing whatever you want. So I want कि इस ये जो लाइन ये जो ऑब्जेक्ट है ये मुझे सिमिलरली सेम ऑब्जेक्ट मुझे इस साइड पे चाहिए. So what I'll do is first I'll make a line for the reference कि किस लाइन के को रेफरेंस लेकर मिरर करना है मुझे. So I'll choose the mirror option. I'll select the options over here and I'll choose the mirror line. जैसे mirror line choose करूंगा same object जो है next side पे copy हो जाएगा. Similarly I'll do it, or what I can do is I can choose the circular pattern again and I'll select the sides and I'll select the center point and I'll choose 4. So एक pattern के form में revolve होके it has made it. मैं 5 करूंगा तो 5 will be there, and if I'll do 6, so 6 accordingly it will generate a pattern accordingly. Okay. So I'll finish the sketch. Now I have a reference design in my front for the top plate. Okay, this is my top plate is going to look like, but now it is in 2D form. अभी ये 2D में है पूरा जो डायग्राम मैंने बनाया है. अब मुझे 3D करना है. 3D में क्या होगा, हमारे पास अभी लेंथ है, ब्रेड्थ है, हमारे पास हाइट नहीं है. तो हाइट देने के लिए हम क्या करेंगे, इसमें फिल करेंगे मटेरियल व्हिच इज एक्सट्रूड. बेसिकली जैसे आपने कभी 3D मीटर देखा होगा, सो व्हाट इट डज इज वो उसके ऊपर लेयर फॉर्म करता रहता है एंड द प्रोसेस इज कॉल्ड एक्सट्रूजन. मींस इट इज एक्सट्रूडिंग समथिंग टू यू नो join something and form something. So what we'll do is we'll choose this extrude option and we'll choose the area we want to extrude. Basically, suppose this area if I want to extrude by how much, if I want by plate, top plate to be 2 mm की plate मुझे चाहिए carbon fiber की. So I'll just define the height. It will extrude. Okay. Suppose if I'll type over here 20 means 2 centimeter की height के लिए it will extrude. And see, whatever the part you will select, it will extrude. Suppose if I'll select this part also, these things, this rectangles also, this part, suppose if I select randomly, and if I extrude, then what will happen? It will extrude all the parts selected. If I'll select the circles also, it will extrude the circles. अभी क्या है, मैंने जैसे circles को मैंने छोड़ दिया, तो it has also skipped the circles and made a plate with these many holes. So I'll just go back to it. Okay. So now, right now I have a top plate. Okay, so we'll just save it and we'll save it as a top plate drone demo. So now again we'll create a new design, or either if you want to create a new design, you can create a new design. If you want to make in the same plane or same place, you can design over here also. Suppose if I'll just select sketch again, if I choose the plane again, this plane, and if I design in this one, this area, let's suppose I'll design a rod, a square rod. Let's design a square rod. A square rod may suppose I want the rod this length and breadth of a circular, this square rod should be 2 centimeter cross 2 centimeter. This is a very thick. Accordingly, you have to plan कि आप कितना बड़ा ड्रोन बना रहे हैं, कितनी उसकी हायर केवी की मोटर है, कितनी पावर इट कैन सस्टेन. Accordingly, we'll design and we'll decide what is the optimal values that you have to put so that your drone, whatever you are making, should be strong. And for making it hollow, we are giving this thing area of 2 centimeter cross 2 centimeter का area मैंने यहाँ पे छोड़ा है. Sorry, 2 mm cross 2 mm का area छोड़ के I have made it hollow. Okay, I'll finish sketch. And if I choose extrude again and choose this area, so suppose let's make it 20 centimeter, so means 200 mm. Let's make 500. 50 centimeter की rod. 300 centimeters. Okay. So now I have designed a rod, a hollow rod, which can be adjusted to the top plate or of this drone. Suppose अभी मैंने एक यहाँ पर top plate design कर ली है. I want the same design of the bottom plate, and I want one copy of it. So what I'll do is I'll just from the right click I'll just select it. I'll just click on the top icon. यहाँ पे move cross copy का option है. So if I'll just press this select item, this checkbox, I'll just move this somewhere. Holding these arrows, this x-axis, this y-axis, this z-axis, you can move it any plane. Okay. Over here, you can see how much you have moved in which direction. Suppose make it 0, 0, 0. This direction. Okay. So now we have two plates over here, similar looking, same size, and can use as top plate or bottom plate. Yeah. So now we have to join this square rod to these top plate and bottom plate over here. So what we'll do is we'll design two holes on this arm, and two holes over here are already here. So we'll just try to make two holes on the arm, and we'll try to you can say overlap these two holes and join them. So what we'll do is we'll just select the area. Select the you can say any surface we want to sketch on, not on the this thing. अभी हम जो sketch करेंगे वो हम एक plane के ऊपर नहीं करेंगे. Instead we'll sketch on the body that we have already made. We'll just select the area or you can say the face we want to sketch. After selecting, we'll just click the sketch button and it will open up the area and make a plane on the surface of this face. We're taking, if I'll show you particularly on the surface of this plane, it has made a plane. So now we can sketch over here. This is what we can see is the center line. Okay, we can just either we can just make a center line over here like this, whatever we want, or just go directly and make a circle of 3 mm and another one of 3 mm. Now we have to define the the distance between the holes. So what we'll do just again we'll choose the sketch dimension option. We'll choose the starting point and the center of the circle. So we'll just choose 20 and again we'll just choose these two and choose 20. Okay. So now I have made two holes on this end and finish sketch. Now I have got the holes, the circles over here. Now I have to extrude. अभी क्या होगा जब मैं extrude option select करूँगा and I'll click select these circles. अगर मैं at this point if I'll pull the arrow over here and these two circles are not going hollow but instead they are forming a body 3D you can say rigid body means this is extrusion. If I go on the other side and make a hole, cutting it, it will be intrusion. I'll just pull out this thing from one end to another. Let's select OK. So this intrusion will make a hole from starting from this plane all the way from the back plane. So now this is how we have made two holes on this thing on both of the ends for the top plate and the bottom plate. And now we go for assemble. We'll assemble joint comparative design. Okay. For assembly, okay. Okay, I think for joining we have to make two different this thing. So we'll create a new design again. We have to make a rod again. Although on the YouTube there are many tutorials. Agar if you want some, you can say if you really want to learn, YouTube tutorials हैं कि Udemy पे courses हैं for this thing specially. If you really want to learn, you can easily get your hands on this thing. So we'll save this as arm tool demo. And now we'll create a new design where we will insert. There are two options to insert. Either you can say drag and drop, or from here you can insert from the drive and you can select your the diagram. We'll select from derive the plate from where is the plate? Here's the plate. So we'll just derive the plate first. Click OK. Then we will derive the arm. And now what we'll do is we will click assemble, join. Now we will select this circle, and if I want अब ये वाली जो arm है, this will particularly this face will go to this side. Now this is inside circle, so this is also inside circle. Click it. So अब ये it has automatically come and has lined up with the plate. Now I can rotate it in a direction where these holes will be aligned properly, whatever degree is the degree. And now it has joined perfectly over here. And if I want the same thing on the four arms, I can choose the pattern, circular pattern. I can choose this body. We have created the body. So we have joined it, and now we'll do is again we'll do the circular pattern. We'll go to pattern, circular pattern over here. Now this is a component. It has become first like a यहाँ पर अगर हम देखें there are multiple options: object, body, faces, features, component, etc. फेसेस क्या होते हैं जो हम स्केच फॉर्म में 2D डायमेंशन में बनाते हैं, दोज आर द फेसेस, 2D फेसेस होते हैं. बॉडीज आर व्हाट वी एक्चुअली मेक. जो हमने प्लेट बनाई है या जो हमने आर्म बनाई है वो बॉडी है. एंड व्हाट आर द कंपोनेंट्स. कंपोनेंट्स आर बेसिकली आर द बॉडीज जो हमने दूसरे पार्ट से उठाया है. बेसिकली अगर हमने यहाँ मैंने जो ये प्लेट बनाई है, दिस प्लेट इस में ही मैंने डिजाइन की है, यही बनाई है, इट विल बी कंसीडर्ड एज अ बॉडी. बट अगर मैंने ये इस स्केच में इंपोर्ट की है सेम बॉडी, सो इट विल बी कंसीडर्ड एज अ कंपोनेंट. So what we'll do is we'll just go, we'll just click the pattern, circular pattern. We'll select the components because अभी हमने ड्राइव की है. We'll select the arm. We'll select the axis. अब हम 3D axis में we are selecting the axis, not in 2D. 2D में क्या था, हम एक पॉइंट सेलेक्ट करते थे. Now अब क्योंकि अब 3D में है तो 3D में we have to select a plane. So we will select the Z axis and we'll click 4 and okay. So now अब इस पॉइंट पे 4 आर्म्स हमारी लग गई हैं. Now similarly you can again either you can say import the plate, same plate again. उसके बाद उसको ऊपर वाले होल से you can match and combine, or you can make this as a copy. Okay, you import only. Okay, we'll import again. This plate will import. Move it sideways. अब हमें क्या करना है? We have to match the holes again. अब suppose इसी part पे we'll just join it. So we'll go to assemble, join. अब हमें करना है? We have to select the component from the origin where we want, which part we want. Sorry. अब ये जो हमारी plate है, suppose इस plate के मेरे को ये वाला hole जो है, this particular circle will be matching टू दिस पर्टिकुलर पार्ट, क्योंकि अगर मैं इसको अगर यहाँ पे ऊपर वाले सर्कल को मैच कर दूंगा तो प्लेट इन्वर्ट होके लग जाएगी, जिसमें जो ओरिएंटेशन है प्रॉपर नहीं आएगी. सो विल सेलेक्ट द सर्कल एंड सेलेक्ट दिस सर्कल, so it has automatically come on top, and now we can revolve it around and make it point perfectly, align it, and okay. Now you can see we have a through and through hole of 3 mm, particularly top plate and bottom plate. This is how you can say start designing at a particular point, and I have even given these some slots over here with this different looking shapes, so that मेरी plate भी उतनी heavy ना हो, and जहाँ जहाँ पर stress आना है plate पे, at least वहाँ पर it is holding, because this part screws will be there. So over here there is a item is there, and जिस पार्ट पर कुछ नहीं है हमारे पास, खाली एरिया है, so we can give some slots over here and can save some weight. बाकी एक ड्रोन के अंदर even few grams will try to save, because एक airborne vehicle जब भी होता है, depending on its scale, we try to save grams. Suppose अभी aircraft है, जो commercial aircraft हैं, वहाँ we try to save kilograms basically, क्योंकि वो basically इतना बड़ा है size में, so accordingly we will save some weight. But drone का weight already it's in maximum 5 kg, 7 kg, 10 kg, 25 kg. So we'll try to save some grams at every point where we can. You can say make it lightweight to increase endurance बढ़ाने के लिए, and you can say ताकि we can get more out of the battery. This is how you can design, and then you can design some landing gears if you want. You can place over here, and if you want some you can say design of any motor particularly or propeller, you can import. अगर तुम बनाना चाहो तो खुद बना सकते हो. If you want to import it, you can also import those designs from anywhere, like CAD. You now do something and to pull out maximum. I'll show you something can design. Suppose this is a stator core.